Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Ben. I'm a runner who's also a running coach who specializes in human optimization in order to improve performance. And in today's video, I'm going to show you what I eat in a day. And a bit of a backstory about this. I'm in my off season, and if you've watched my last video, my previous video, I talk about the importance of having an off season. But right now, I'm in my off season, which means that I'm looking to build a very strong and resilient body for the running season ahead. And what I'm doing to do that is I'm looking to run around 10 hours a week. And if you look at how many Ks that is, if you do measure Ks, it'll be around, I'm aiming for around 100 plus Ks a week. But doing this in a safe and a controllable manner where my body is able to absorb that training in order to run faster when it comes to trying to get some PBs later in the year. So right now I'm around, I think this week is about close to 8 hours of running. And a huge part of being able to do this is making sure that your nutrition is right. Now, I am whole food plant-based, probably like 90% of the time. I still eat a bit of junk food. I am not going to pretend that I'm some saint. I love chocolate, I love ice cream, I love pizza, but it is all vegan or plant-based. I do not eat any meat or dairy products. It's just, I don't feel like they agree with me, and I feel like I do better when I'm eating more towards a whole food plant-based diet. When it comes to my macros as well, I eat around 25, it can range from 15 to around 25% protein. It can go from 50 grams of carbohydrates up to 70. I am a carbivore, I love carbs. And fats can range from as little as 15 to 25%. So I do this. Yes, I do monitor my food from time to time to make sure I'm eating enough. And for runners, it's a big mistake that a lot of us don't do. We tend to undereat, which is just going to lead to underperformance. So just making sure that you don't have to track your food all the time, but occasionally doing it is going to be so important. And with today, I have a double run. So I've got a 50-minute run and a 40-minute run. So I'm going to do the 50-minute run right now and then get on with my food. And I'll tell you what I've already had this morning. I've had some electrolytes. And straight after the run, I've got more electrolytes. And I've also had a matcha tea as well. So something with a little bit of caffeine in. I'll probably have a coffee straight after the run as well. But that's what I've had so far. So I'm just going to get into the run. You can see what the views are like, and let's get on with it. Right, I'm at the top, I'm at the summit. I'm just going to show you how foggy it is. Usually you can see them hills pretty clearly, but that ain't happening today. So let's go back down. Let's get to that car. So that's my run done. I'm just looking at my Strava now, and it was around 7.5k elevation, about 314 meters. Average speed 730 k's. Moving time 56 minutes. 535 calories. Average heart rate was 120, max heart rate was 144. So for a trail run, that's pretty good. But yeah, now I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get back home and I'm gonna show you what I have for meal one. So I'm back from my run, had a shower, really hungry, so I'm just gonna show you what I've got. So I have a kind of a protein smoothie here, so some berries, chia seeds, and some chocolate almond milk. Really good, but especially after a run. So hydrating myself, getting obviously nutrients in, and protein as well. So making sure I am hitting my protein targets. Then I've already had this because I was really hungry, is Good Green Vitality. This has pretty much every green thing ever invented, and I'll have this every day because it is just such a good way of making sure that I am hitting everything that I need when it comes to my micro nutrients, and making sure I'm hitting all my vitamins and minerals as well. And then from here, I've got my porridge. I'm just going to turn around so you can see better here. So berries, I've got some Biscoff. That now this is my treat. It looks like dog turd right now because it's melting. However, it tastes amazing. And I've made some chocolate porridge. I just get a banana, mash it at the bottom with some chia seeds, some cacao powder, oats, put some water in, and then just let it Put it in the microwave for maybe like a minute, and then after that I'm good to go. And that is my breakfast or post-workout meal. Now, a rule of thumb when it comes to my food, I like to do some sort of exercise or movement before eating. So it's kind of like creating a reward system when it comes to making sure I'm staying accountable when it comes to stretches, strength work, and also running. So you'll see there's always usually some sort of exercise, then there's food afterwards. And that's kind of how I set it up. So that's meal number one. And I'll show you, I'll probably put the macros below so you can see how much protein, how much carbs, how much fats. So I'm not gonna show you me eating this because it's pointless. So I'm gonna enjoy this and then you're gonna see me at lunchtime. Here we go, run number 2. So it'll be hopefully around 45 minutes. If I've calculated my loop correctly, it might be a bit longer, who knows? But feeling pretty fresh. A new trail, so you can see here, somewhere new to explore. This is one of my favorite trails. I like to do this at least once a week. So let's get on with it. If you follow me on Strava, you know this section here very well. I take a photo of it every time because I think it's absolutely stunning. You can see, lost in the wilderness, green everywhere. You wouldn't think I'm literally minutes away from the city, and this trail is literally on my doorstep. So another reason why I love New Zealand. I'm around about 20 minutes in, heart rate's nice and low, as you can see, 120 in the 120s. Just keep this going for another 25-30 minutes, and then it'll be run number 2 done. Right, that's the second run done. 498 calories, average heart rate around 136 beats per min, max was 148, cadence, if you want to know, is 169, and it was around, I believe, 47 minutes 32 seconds, and there was around 7k as well. So both runs done. Now I can go and eat my lunch because I'm hungry again, no surprise. And as I said before, trying to keep the heart rate nice and low so it's not too much stress on the body. The incline was a little bit high on certain parts of that run, so my heart rate did spike up a little bit. But now 2 missions, or 3 things I need to be doing: eating, hydrating, and stretching. If I can get them done, that's a good recovery, and then I'll have a recovery run tomorrow as well. But all in all, pretty happy with today's running. Right, so I've had a shower, feels like deja vu. Time to eat, I've got some electrolytes, so I'll drink at least around 4 to 5 litres today, just because of the water I've lost, and it's quite warm even though the weather is shocking outside. What I've got is my lunch here. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see it. So we have a vegan curry with some rice and some sourdough, and the curry has tempeh, which is just a fermented soybean, really packed full of nutrients, high in calcium and really good in protein. Peas, lentils, spinach, turmeric, black pepper, tomatoes, and some coconut milk. So slow cooked foods are easier to absorb, so I tend to go for slow cooked foods after I train. So you can see for breakfast it was oats, and then for lunch it is a curry. So really simple, so I can absorb the nutrients in, which allows me to recover faster. And then I'll drink as much water as I can before dinner time, and I believe it's takeaway night tonight, so it might be pizza, but we'll wait and see. And I'll see you on the next meal. This is the last meal of the day. As I mentioned, this is takeaway night, so we've got some pizza, and I've got a dessert as well. I'll just quickly show you what it is. So really, when it comes to pizza, it's a sourdough base with a bunch of vegetables on top. That is pretty much it. Lots of greenery on. So yeah, I'll get the protein from the gluten. That is quite high in protein. And then from here, my dessert is custard with some berries and some cinnamon. A lot of cinnamon. I absolutely adore that stuff. So I tend to have something like this. I will prefer having some hot instead of ice cream. I know I'm a bit weird, but I prefer warmer foods instead of cold foods. It connects into my DNA, which I can talk about another time. This is not a usual thing. I do this maybe once every fortnight when it comes to having the pizza. But yeah, it's just making sure that I'm feeding my body enough to allow myself to train and absorb the training and the nutrition that I'm taking in. And every once in a while, a treat is perfectly fine. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe. Get in touch if you have any questions and put them in the comment section below. Or you can get in touch with my IG through Instagram and Facebook. Or if it's a personal question, get in touch through email. But until then, remember, you've got to move to improve, and it's not about how much you do, it's about how much you can absorb. And I'll see you in the next one.